The following post is a work of fiction created for entertainment within the College Football 26 universe. All characters, events, and storylines, including Coach Clay Stonewall Merritt, Frankie the Horn Calderon, and the UTSA Roadrunners, are fictional and not affiliated with the NCAA, UTSA, or any real institutions. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into another edition of our Rise of the Roadrunners series. This week, we are getting you set to go out to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, where the undefeated 7-0 UTSA Roadrunners, still without a ranking next to their name, undefeated in American Conference play, taking on the other undefeated team in this conference, the Tulane Green Wave, making their way up from New Orleans to play in the Alamo Dome. Coach Merritt last week was able to weather the rumors about players not necessarily taking things as seriously as they needed to be. It was a dominant performance, one that we have not seen for quite some time. This time, we are getting a team that has momentum. They just come off beating an ranked Army squad, 35 points scored in that game. They know what they're supposed to be doing. They are led by a quarterback who knows how to work this offense. It is going to be a chess match. I'm predicting a close score, just like our announcer, Frankie the Horn Calderon. With that, we are going to send everybody out to the Alamo Dome live with Frankie the Horn Calderon for this edition of the UTSA Roadrunners hosting the Tulane Green Wave here on the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel at 94.3 The Bird. We will see you guys at postgame.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of what I believe to be the greatest Group of 5 college football team this season, the undefeated 7-0 UTSA Roadrunners, hosting the also undefeated in the American Conference Tulane Green Wave. The boys are getting set to take the field, and we are here set to welcome you to 94.3 The Bird and the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. My name is Frankie the Horn Calderon. This is the Rise of the Roadrunners series, episode 8. We are both coming off of a bye this week. Tulane, the week before their bye week, ended up getting a big upset over ranked Army. We know what happened the last time the Roadrunners were out on the field. Absolute domination of in-state rival North Texas out in Denton. As we are underway here as the kickoff is fielded within the 5-yard line, and it's going to be brought out to about the 12. Not a good start for Tulane if you're looking to build some momentum early on the road. Southwest Sac Exchange, the famed defensive line for this Roadrunners unit, looking to get after sophomore cornerback from Huntington Beach as he's able to find his tight end on the first play from scrimmage, and we get a first down for the Tulane Green Wave. Nickel package in for the UTSA defense. Shotgun formation, handoff, goes straight up the middle, and Kendrick Blackshire shutting down that running lane straight through the A-gap. That was an awesome run defense play there. Tulane will try and establish the run as they go back to the ground game, and this time it's Shad Banks Jr. shutting down the right side. 2 straight running plays go backward, and now we're sitting at 3rd and 18. Listen to the way this crowd roars, 45,000 strong here in the Alamo Dome. Passing formation, deep shot to the left sideline. Unable to hold on through the contact. Quick 3 and out. After the initial first down from the first play from scrimmage, UTSA with Mekhi Anderson back deep for the punt return. Getting set to go on offense. From the tip of the bird's beak on the logo, he'll go right and make it into Tulane territory down to about the 43-yard line, and that is where we will see number 13, Owen McCown, number 20, Robert Henry Jr., number 14, Devin McEwen, here for this Roadrunner offensive show. Explosion of points last week on the road. Let's see what this offense is able to do in front of the home crowd. Henry Jr. on the first play from scrimmage into the open lane on the left hash marks that time. 22 yards on the carry. That is going to push his season totals up over 609 yards. Great to see Robert Henry Jr. back in the backfield. Remember, he got himself injured early against the North Texas Mean Green, and John Emery Jr. came in relief, able to put up 150 yards on the ground as well. Henry Jr. on the second carry of the game, only able to get 5, but that is 2 broken tackles on 2 straight runs. This Tulane defense not knowing what to do with the guard dog and cleats. Once again, going back to Henry, using the ground game heavy, and now we're going to have a 3rd down and 1 following the 4-yard gain. Pistol formation. McCown with 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Henry Jr. directly behind him. Looking to throw. Finds the tight end. That's Dishman, number 80. He's into the open. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Coach Merritt will never tell you that he is disappointed his team is not ranked after being undefeated this long into the season. His players are not allowed to tell you. I can sit here and tell you that this team should be ranked. This is definitely within the top 25 teams in the entire country. They get off to a hot start here on offense. 3:19 left to go in the first quarter, and UTSA out in front of their conference rival Tulane 7-0. Chambers, after adding the extra point, will put this one to about the goal line, and we will have another return here. Missed tackle initially, but number 15, Tyan Milton, able to secure the stop at the 15-yard line, and this is where we will see the Tulane offense take shape once again. Read option play, quarterback keeps it along the left side. He is stuffed by Jimmy Wyrick, number 18 from his free safety position. Nickel package in the defense once again for UTSA. Tight end lined up in the wing formation to the left side, shotgun formation with the back to his right. Looking to throw, trying to buy some time, and he's not going to have enough. His number 31, Vic Shaw, is going to get to the quarterback for the first sack of the day. Tulane looking like a team all out of sorts here on the road, staring down a second in a row 3 and out. Still looking, not enough time. Caden Semonza is going to be sacked, and he is not getting up off the turf. Number 97, Kayan Roberts-Day, and number 93, Cameron Blaylock, your nation's leaders in sack totals right now, absolutely flattened Semonza. Anderson from the midfield stripe on the punt return. Well covered on that one. That is going to bring it out to the 42-yard line for this offense, led by the junior quarterback from Rusk, Texas, Josh McCown's son, Owen. He's going to hand it off once again to Robert Henry Jr. They've had a heavy dose of their 6th-year senior running back, and he is going to bring it ball forward only about 2 yards on the carry. And we see John Henry Jr. check in for the split back look in the shotgun. Henry Jr. going in motion to the left side. We got a screen pass here, RPO option. Henry Jr.'s into the open field. Nobody's in front of him. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Roadrunners. The comfort level just seems to be at an all-time high. Yes, this offense scored points early on this season. 49 against Texas A&M in Kyle Field. 58 at home against Maryland. 58 on the road against Texas State. We've been close to 60 quite a few times, but we have never seen the scheme play out the way that we're seeing it right now. That was a beautifully called play. Whether they handed the ball off or threw it to the screen pass that they had set up, Henry Jr. going in motion to the left side. Obviously, McCown favoring that way with the left-handed approach. And we get a fumble on the ensuing kickoff. Henry Jr. scoops it up. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Special teams make special plays with special players. John Emery Jr. following up a 150-yard performance in relief of Robert Henry Jr., his fellow halfback in the backfield, now follows it up with a scoop and score on kickoff. Tyan Milton, number 15, with the gigantic hit that forced the turnover. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, this UTSA Roadrunners team is up 21-0 following the extra point from Chambers. Let's see if the philosophy changes at all here. This one's going to land at about the 4-yard line to get the return started. Held onto the ball that time, but that is still not what you're looking for out of your kick return unit, setting up what is a struggling offense. And now we have the backup quarterback in as Semonza went down with an injury on that last drive. RPO option, this one goes quickly out to the receiver, and Blackshire with a bomb of a hit Number 11, Trey Shackelford, will remember that the next time he has to go over the middle. Second and 3, Tulane going with the read option play, leaving it with the running back, and he is met by number 93, Cameron Blaylock, 3 yards deep in the backfield. Negating that big play on first down, now we have a 3rd down and 4 for an offense that is yet to convert on the money downs. Oh, pressure again. That is number 19, Johnny Bowens, the 3rd in for the sack. 4th sack of the day for this unit. They are called the Southwest Sack Exchange for a reason. They are putting up ungodly numbers, and that is yet another depth piece, making a huge play when it matters most. 4th and 11, we will get yet another punt, 3rd one of the day. Mekhi Anderson setting up the return, gets just past the 50-yard line and is knocked out of bounds along that Roadrunner sideline at about the 48-yard line. This offense doesn't need help, but they got some from the special teams following that last conversion. This one over the middle to Corian Clark, number 38. Nice little juke move in the open field. And he will move the chains for yet another Roadrunner first down. McCown 3 for 3 for 74 yards on the day. No touchdowns yet as he's been helped out by the running game and his special teams unit. Deep shot over the middle to Corian Clark. Open field, missed tackle at about the 3. And we have Kamar Missouri, number 55, offensive lineman for the Roadrunners, coming up with an injury. He's holding his shoulder. Not a good sign this deep into the season. The Roadrunner offensive line has been a big part of their success all year. Henry Jr. gets a handoff into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. This is slowly turning into a game where you wonder how long are your starters going to be in for. If your special teams, your defense, and your offense are all clicking like this, and you know you're this much better than the team that you're playing, you got to start thinking about the health of your stars. You already saw Henry Jr. get knocked out for an entire game, and now Kamar Missouri with a bruised shoulder is questionable to return in this one. Offensive scoring explosion in this first quarter. 41 seconds left to go, and we are looking at a 28-point victory, 28-point lead. Don't want to count your chickens before they hatch. Kickoff from Chambers is going to land at the goal line. Let's see what the return team is able to do on this one. Missed tackle, trying to go with the big hit. Returner was able to bounce off for a couple extra yards there, all the way out to the 13-yard line. Let's see what this freshman quarterback can do. Another RPO slant game that goes quickly that time. 8 yards on the play. Preston, number 7 on the reception. Under 30 seconds and counting. Read option left with the running back this time. Across the first down marker. And he is cleaned up. Arnold Barnes II. Coming off of a 100-yard performance against the Army Black Knights. But this Roadrunners defensive line has not let him have an easy day. Patterson looking to throw. He's going to be swallowed up by the pressure. Cameron Blaylock. Who else is going to greet the quarterback, especially the new quarterback that is in the game besides your nation's sack leader? Cameron Blaylock makes it 11 on the year. We still have 5 games to go in the regular season, folks. Tulane content with letting the first quarter come to an end. I think that they're looking for their coaching staff to be able to take a little bit of a breath here and figure out some way that they can make this thing salvageable. Both teams entered with hopes of possibly earning a shot in the American Conference Championship with a win here today, and the home team, UTSA, making sure that the Green Wave is having no fun here in the Alamo City. Thank you very much for tuning in. 94.3 The Bird, the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel. For Jimmy Pilato, our in-studio host, myself, Frankie the Horn Calderon, we are very excited to have everybody here with us for what looks to be right now the 8th win of this Rise of the Roadrunner series. Tulane starting the second quarter. That one is left with Barnes II. Shad Banks Jr., 5th-year senior captain for this defense with his 2nd tackle for loss. Empty formation for Tulane. Looks like they're going to put this one up in the air. Pattinson looking to throw, felt some pressure, going deep. Once again, the contact from the secondary. The corners might lose a step, but they are able to make up for it, and the contact that they bring at the point of attack has been able to knock a lot of balls loose. No pause here this season. Punt formation for the Tulane Green Wave. This is the 5th one on the day. Anderson already with 2 punt return touchdowns from earlier on this season. He finds a nice little crease, and this offense will start once again in plus territory. I don't believe that there's been a single offensive drive that has started behind the 50. And you know that's going to be something Tulane focuses on next week in practice. Handoff Henry Jr. to the left side, and he is stopped by the big defensive lineman there 3 yards down the field. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Roadrunner offense. McCown surveying. He goes to Houston Thomas, the big tight end. Nice gain on the crossing route. That'll push McCown's season totals over 1,000 yards. The son of the NFL journeyman quarterback turned high school football coach, making a name for himself as a left-handed gunslinger. McEwen on the slant, that'll be enough for a first down conversion. Owen McCown still perfect on the day, 6 of 6 with 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards passing just after the first quarter. Henry Jr. with another handoff, trying to give him a lot of work after not being able to play for the last 2 weeks, being knocked out of the North Texas game by injury. Play fake goes to Henry Jr. Owen McCown surveying. Lots of time. Tried to fit that one into Dishman, but the coverage too tight and the contact able to knock that one free. We saw a 3rd down conversion on this drive already, 3rd down and 9. Let's see what this offense can do. In-cutting route to McEwen, past the first down marker. We're going to get the ball moving forward. Excuse me, that is number 18, David Amador II. From his slot position on the in-cutting route, he comes up holding his ribs, so obviously took quite a bit of damage on that last catch. We'll see if he's able to get back in the game. He's been a really big bright spot as a sophomore. This time, Henry Jr. finds the open lane into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. When you are as disciplined as Coach Merritt forces this team to be, you have as tough of practices as we see this team have all week. You get out to the game, and this is where things are easy. Nobody has the preparation that you do. Nobody hits each other as hard as you hit each other in practice. We are seeing the emergence of a very young Power 5 program, and I know that they're still in the group of 5. But if this trend continues, if Coach Merritt sticks around, which he's likely to do, he's stuck around everywhere else that he's been. He played at Western Colorado, ended up becoming the coach, bringing that program back from almost the death penalty for lack of success, and now here with UTSA, one of the youngest FBS programs in the country, sitting at 7-0 and leading an in-conference undefeated rival 35-0. Kickoff return goes to about the 15-yard line, and that is where we will see this Green Wave offense behind freshman quarterback Pattinson into the game after Simonza had the injury to his ankle early on in the first quarter. RPO screen set up once again, goes to the left side, and that one is quickly snuffed out by the Roadrunner defense. Tulane up the middle on the straight up halfback dive, where you're going to get Hurst, offensive lineman for Tulane, down, but that will be good enough to move the chains. Tulane has found the ability to get a few first downs as Marcel Turner on the carry. They have just not been able to get any consistent, sustained success, and now behind a freshman quarterback on the road, that might be too much to ask for as he is absolutely blasted. Big number 31, Vic Shaw. He is listed as a linebacker. If I saw that dude back in pass coverage, I don't know what I would do. Easily 6'3", 245 pounds, and he just put all of that weight on top of Patterson as he was looking to try and get rid of the football. That is not going to feel good in the morning. Motion, the receiver to the right side here, play action fake. Pattinson, pump fake, goes to his tight end who is unable to make the catch. Shad Banks Jr. with really tight coverage on that crossing pattern there. UTSA showing the ability to play both man and zone coverages, also able to get to the quarterback. And there have been a couple coverage sacks on this outing so far. 6 sacks total on the day for the Southwest Sack Exchange. A couple play fakes here, and we are just eating them up in the backfield. That's number 97, Kayan Roberts-Day. Now tying his fellow line mate, Cameron Blaylock, with the sack total, moving up to 11. They continue to share the lead as the season rolls on. Seventh punt of the day for Tulane. Anderson sets up at his 40-yard line, gets across midfield, now goes to the left hash at the 43, and he'll make it out to about the 44-yard line of the Tulane Green Wave. Offense has been balanced in its attack so far, trying to give Henry Jr. as many opportunities as he can. Swing pass goes to Henry Jr., number 20, out of the backfield. Spin move along the sideline, has a block in front of him from Devin McEwen. He'll take this just outside the red zone. The man they call Unk in the locker room, the guard dog in cleats, showing his versatility. Not only can he take it and make plays from the running game, he can also take it from the passing situation as Amador II gets the RPO screen. Nice little shifty move. We know he's playing through some pain following that first catch he made. 9-yard gain. 2nd down and 1. Read option, keeper from Owen McCown. He got knocked into by his own man that time. I think that was McCoy in on the block. Stops him from getting all the way into the end zone, but it doesn't stop him from moving the chains. 1st and goal from the 3. Under 2 minutes to play and counting. Let's see what UTSA does. RPO, screen pass, slant pattern goes to DeCorian Clark, the 5th-year senior, putting himself back in the end zone after being held out of it for the last couple weeks. When you have the experience on the outside, you have some experience and familiarity at quarterback, you can do great things. This offense, 42 points in this first half, barring the extra point. Let's see what Chambers is able to do here. McCown, 10 of 11 for 166 yards passing, 3 touchdowns on the day. Chambers able to knock this one up and through. That 4-play, 44-yard drive took 34 seconds off the clock, and this is a good time to remind you to subscribe to the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel so you keep up with the rise of the Roadrunners and everything going on with their podcast. Jimmy Pilato, Nico Bryant, very thankful that they have us here on their platform to bring you Group of 5 power football from the UTSA Roadrunners. As the kickoff return comes out to the 16-yard line, once again for Tulane. UTSA has not started on their own side of the 50, and Tulane has not started outside of their own 20-yard line. Read option, quarterback keeper, and he is sniped down by Shad Banks Jr. with his 3rd tackle on the day. Also going to knock that ball out, so Tulane going to have to do their best to make sure they hold on to the football. There's another sack, this one from Cameron Blaylock, who's going to retake the nation's lead at 12 sacks now on the season. This team is not even celebrating on the sidelines. What we are seeing is an incredible performance. They are seeing as business as usual, or what they are expected to do from their head coach. You can tell this team wants to play their asses off for the man in the headset. Coach Clay Merritt has to be proud of what he's been able to do in such a short time. This program turnaround, 2nd undefeated season in program history at the FBS level. Patterson taking another deep shot downfield. That one in and out of the hands of number 28, Caden Meyer. Nearly had the 2nd turnover of the game. Instead, it's going to force 4th down and 15. And with 30 seconds and counting now, let's see what Anderson is able to set his offense up with. Just go straight ahead. Sometimes that's the best strategy, and he's able to take it to the opposing 40-yard line. So this offense that's already put up 5 touchdowns, because remember they had the 1 scoop and score on special teams, will get set to go with great field position once again. Clark on the comeback route, and now we'll get our first timeout called by the Roadrunners. Coming off the timeout, 17 seconds left to go here in the first half. McCown finds, that is McCoy in the slot position, in for number 18, David Amador II. This offense favors that slot position. That is where a lot of the hole breakers in zone coverage go to. And that was a great catch and run, able to get out of bounds all the way down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. 10 seconds on the clock when McCown gets the snap. We'll go slant pattern over the middle. Decorian Clark for his second touchdown of the day. Go Roadrunners! Absolute, total domination. And it may seem like this is unsportsmanlike. It may seem like Coach Clay Merritt is running up the score. Look at the team's record. Look at the statistics they've been able to put up. This is no different than what we've seen already this season. Yet the AP and coaches polls continually leave out this UTSA Roadrunners team. The only team that they recognize in Texas right now is the University of Texas. And I know that the brand ain't a bit as big as the Longhorns, but UTSA has put on quite a showing through 7.5 games so far. Tulane is going to take this one to halftime as we're getting set in the victory formation, ironically, to take a knee. That'll be the end of the first half of play. Joshua Brantley in relief of sophomore quarterback Simonza is not having a great day. Minus 45 yards rushing because college football counts sack numbers against your rushing totals. Player spotlight here at halftime, up 49-0, excuse me. Decorian Clark, 5 targets, 5 catches, 2 touchdowns, and 65 yards through the air. We've seen Robert Henry Jr. get back into the swing of things coming off of his injury against North Texas, able to find the end zone a handful of times. And what else can you say about this UTSA defense but the Southwest Sack Exchange, this defensive line, linebacking core with Blackshire, Blaylock, Kerryon Roberts-Day, Shad Banks Jr., Vic Shaw. There's just a multitude of ways that they can get after an opposing quarterback and get after an opposing offense. As the kick return able to get out past the 30-yard line. This will be the first time UTSA is starting in their own side of the 50. After the initial big gain, Henry Jr. has been held to a modest 50-yard total on the next 8 carries. So we'll see if he's able to find a little bit more open space. Pass goes to McCoy on 2nd down. That is going to bring up 3rd down and 1. First time Tulane can get a quick stop and get this team off the field. Roadrunners making some changes at the line of scrimmage. Number 13, McCown, looking to the sideline. Split backfield here as Henry Jr. goes in motion once again. That's where the pass will go. It's not a big gain, but it is enough for a first down, and we're going to get a hurry-up look here from UTSA trying to make sure that they don't take a second look at the spot of that football. Jr. in the backfield. Play action fake goes to John Emery Jr. Deep pass intended for Decorian Clark, and that contact, big hit, is going to jar the ball loose. 2nd and 10. Approaching the 50-yard line. Henry Jr. open on the inside zone to the left. Nice spin move. We are going to get another injury on the offensive line. Bentley Tatafu is going down with an injury. That is 2 offensive line starters that are battling through some pain. Like we said at the beginning of the game, when are you going to start putting the backups in here? As Henry Jr. left-handed, handoff to the left side. Juke move. Got a little bit excited there. Big run from the 6th-year senior, and that is going to set up 1st and goal inside the 10 at the 6-yard line as he gets knocked out of bounds along the left side. 102 rushing yards, 64 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns total on the day for the guard dog and cleats. Standing next to McCown in the shotgun. That is where he's going to, and we get another touchdown from this UTSA offense. Henry Jr. with his 4th of the day. I believe that's McCown's 4th of the day too. Ironic that they get him on the same play. Isn't it ironic? I know that nobody likes Alanis Morissette, but when we're in this big of a blowout, you got to start digging into the old bag of tricks. Chambers adds the extra point. 7 plays, 69 yards, minute 57 seconds taken off the clock. That scoring drive presented by the Far End of the Bench podcast, which you can hear live every Thursday with Jimmy Pilato and Nico Bryant. We are grateful that they are allowing us on their platform. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel and bookmark feotbpod.org is the kickoff return. This time a couple yards deep in the end zone. And instead of going straight, they tried to bend it back to the middle. They found no more success. No more success. This one is going to be starting at the 11-yard line. Jeremiah Pattinson, freshman quarterback, feeling the pressure, trying to roll out to his right. He is going to be bottled up for the second time today by Johnny Bowens III, number 19, as he's flexing down there in the end zone. That is a loss of 7 on the sack. That is I believe now we're into double-digit territory from this Southwest Sack Exchange. This defensive line is scary. We tried to warn people, but this is what we are capable of. Nickel package in for the defense to combat the 4 wide receivers. Quick pass at the line of scrimmage. Brantley doing what he can to try and get something going. Obviously, he's playing now with all the backups as Tulane's going to try and rest their guys and see if they can bounce back from this one next week. Brantley is going to get hit as he's thrown. And Wyrick, with his first deflection of the game, able to knock that one away, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 14, and we're going to get another punt out of Tulane. Anderson with a nice crease along the right side. Spin move at the numbers after he passes the 30. Sets up his offense with a very short field, and this offense is looking to take advantage. Pretty even so far. 7 touchdowns scored by them, 1 scoop and score from special teams, 220 yards passing, 111 yards rushing, with 2:34 left in the third quarter. Henry Jr. gets another handoff here. Sweep goes outside to the right. That will be a gain of 8, bringing his total up to 110 yards on the ground, 70 yards receiving. He is having a monster performance. RPO play. McCown is going to leave it with Henry Jr., and he will fight forward past the first down marker as the clock now ticks below 2 minutes left in this third quarter. 1st down and 10. As UTSA is starting to use up their clock a little bit more from the 13-yard line. McCown, RPO play, goes to Devin McEwen, into the end zone, touchdown Roadrunners. 5th game in a row where your captain, junior receiver Devin McEwen, able to find his way into the end zone. Owen McCown's most consistent target on the outside. We've talked about big number 88, Houston Thomas from his tight end position, number 18, David Amador II from his slot position. But Devin McEwen, DeCorian Clark are true, legit threats on the outside. They proved it against Texas A&M. They proved it against Maryland. McCown proved himself against Colorado State. This defense has proved itself time and time again as they're looking for their 2nd straight back-to-back shutouts in as many weeks. They can hold on here through the next about quarter and a quarter, I guess. About 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in this one. Oh, another big hit. Vic Shaw with his 3rd sack of the day, and every time he gets back to the quarterback, I worry about the health of that guy. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely just an obliteration. 2nd and 16 now for this Tulane offense. Setting up a screen. That one going nowhere as well. Caden Meyer trying to get involved here, making the big play on the screen pass, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 18 from inside the green wave 10. Another screen pass is set up, and Pattinson is going to float this one. Brantley, is going to float this one over the head of his intended target. Tulane on to punt. Tell me if you've heard that one before. Anderson going to his left along the hash marks. And he's going to set his offense up with a nice short field once again. And I think we are going to get the final move for the substitutions to finally go in. The offense, starting offense and defense, putting up a 63-0 performance. And they will be pulled in this third quarter. Emery Jr. with a handoff as his first play from scrimmage goes forward for about 3. Rhett in at quarterback. A couple of receivers still playing in the game, just at different spots here as we get a shotgun pass formation. Slant pattern to the left side, and that is going to be good enough for a first down. So Rhett completes his first pass, and it goes to move the chains. That will bring us to the end of the third quarter. As we get set for the final frame, we get a quick look at the top 25 rankings. Hopefully next week, the AP poll and coaches poll wakes up. They start paying attention to this team from the Alamo City. You got 9 sacks on the day. You got 7 offensive touchdowns. You got a scoop and score on special teams. You got 2 senior running backs. As Emery Jr. breaks into the open field. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Roadrunners. I know it's ridiculous that I got to sell you on how good this team is. If you've been following this series here on 94.3 The Bird and the Far End of the Bench YouTube channel, the coaching staff is elite. They are turning these players who people were discarding and tossing to the side. They are turning them into elite players, as now we see Chambers miss the extra point to keep this one from going up above 70. And that is going to freeze the score at 69. Nice. For the foreseeable future. 4:56 left to go in the final frame. Chambers going to kick this one deep down the middle instead of going towards the sideline. Broken tackle, and we are going to get the best kick return of the day all the way out to the 18-yard line. Green Wave looking to crest here. Try and find some sort of success. Blackshire now moved over to the next linebacker position with Shad Banks taking a well-earned break on the sidelines. Makes the tackle for a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Tulane going to keep it on the ground here, and they find some success getting past the first down marker all the way out to the 31. Zuberi Mobley, the running back on that last carry. Bunch formation to the left, tight end lined up on the right side here. Handoff up the middle. Defensive line showing why they are the way that they are. The Southwest Sack Exchange, K and Roberts Day, showing he can play the run a little bit as well as rush the passer. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. They're going to leave it with the running back once again. K and Roberts Day, back-to-back plays. That is how you prove who you are to this team. 5 wide receivers in the formation. We got a nickel set in on the UTSA defensive side. Fakes the screen, going deep down the left sideline. That one's just going to be knocked away by RJ Lester. Sophomore cornerback getting some of his first action on the season. This punter deserves a raise in NIL money after this one. Double digits on the punt category as we get a nice little juke move there. This will be the 2nd series that is going to be starting in UTSA territory in this entire game. If you need any more reasons why this is the best team not in the Power 4 conferences, Emery Jr. finds the opening in the zone play left side. That's going to bring his rushing total all the way up to 41 yards on 3 carries. Oh, and he already has 2 touchdowns because he had the scoop and score earlier. RPO, screen goes to McCoy. McCoy with a lot of space out in front of him. The safety able to make the play at the 3-yard line. DJ Allen, receiver for UTSA, going to go down with injury here, so that will stop the clock, unfortunately. Jamie Rhett, seeing action in back-to-back weeks. He's 2 for 2 on the day, lots of passing yards compared to his normal totals. Counter play, Emery Jr. into the end zone for the 3rd time today. Touchdown, Roadrunners. Hashtag throw the damn towel. Even with their backups, they would be winning this game right now. The backups are up 14-0. Chambers makes up for his last miss. 13-0, because I forgot Brock Chambers missed the most recent extra point before that last one. 76-0 with under 3 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tulane is just doing their best to try and get out of the dome. 45,000 Birds fans here. Very happy as we get another fumble on the play. Amarian Peterson forcing the fumble on the kickoff. How bad can it get? Handoff, Emery Jr. going to the left side. Oh, breaks a tackle, but that's going to actually move him further back than he would have been. That is a loss of 7 on the play. Moving towards the 2-minute timeout. Motion goes to the right side. McCoy on the pop pass. Nobody in front of him. Right side. Touchdown, Roadrunners. As we get updates from around the country, just want to point out, UTSA is leading Tulane right now 82-0. And in the I-35 rivalry, our little brothers out there in San Marcos, Texas State, lost to their in-conference rival, James Madison, 35-27. There has been just a very short amount of time that UTSA has even been trailing this season. The fact that there is no name, no number next to their name is absolutely insulting to anybody who understands football at this point. DJ trying to keep the crowd into it. They are loving life. 45,000 strong here in the Alamo Dome on 94.3 The Bird. We appreciate you tuning in. We're going to get another big sack play. That one coming up from the left tackle. That is the first sack that guy has given up all day. That is Tucker, number 40, coming off the left edge. 2nd down and 15 coming out of the 2-minute timeout. I don't know what the hell that was. Trey Shackelford able to take down the 500 ball along the right sideline. And that'll get him 2 yards. So now it's 3rd down and 8. So let's see what Tulane is trying to do here on the conversion. Oh, and they get a nice crossing pattern over the middle. Barry Mobley out of the backfield was able to sneak behind Kendrick Blackshire, lost him in his zone coverage, and Tulane will move the sticks. Zone read, quarterback keeps it, going to his left. Oof. Joshua Brantley brings his total after the 8-yard gain to minus 41 yards rushing on the day. Don't let your quarterback get sacked this many times. Slant pattern, complete to Shackelford. That'll be good for a first down. 4th catch on the day for Shackelford. We talked about him in our pregame blog series. 2 touchdowns in their most recent outing against Army with the same amount of catches. Today, 4 catches for 20 yards and no scores. That one going to the right side, and that is good enough for a completion, about 5-yard gain on the play. UTSA just trying to keep Tulane in front of them and let this clock roll. Deep shot. Oh, and the receiver got inside of his defender on that one. Shackelford, all of a sudden with 51 yards receiving on the day, First time that Tulane has been able to cross midfield all game. Screen pass set up to the running back on the right side. UTSA's got a rally here. Broken tackle, and then you hear the crowd reaction. Huge hit. Joshua Brantley searching to get to 100 yards passing on the day. That is his 14th completion for only 85 yards. Handoff on the halfback power read. McCure is shut down in a short game. 30 seconds and counting. Tulane not even looking at their timeouts, down 83 points in this one. RPO, screen play, going to the left side. Defense able to rally and make the tackle. Bohannon, gain of 3, and that's going to be 3rd down and 5, 15 seconds and counting. Pass over the middle, spin moves out of 1 tackle, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Tulane not sending out their kicker. They want to see if they can put 1 in the end zone and make this not a shutout. Let's see what happens here on the final play. Pressure. Brantley knocked to the ground, but that is going to be the end of this one here. total domination. 13 rushing attempts from Robert Henry Jr., 118 yards, also 70 yards through the air, 4 total touchdowns. He is your player of the game. There is a ton of different people that we can give credit to. We don't have enough time to tell everybody how much we appreciate you tuning in, how much we appreciate you subscribing and telling your friends to subscribe. This team is for real. Make sure that you make enough noise that the pollsters next week put a number next to their name. We will be set for another edition of the Rise of the Roadrunners, but for right now, we're going to send it back to Jimmy Pilato in the studio. Thank you very much for tuning in. 94.3 The Bird, Far Under the Bench YouTube channel. Frankie, the Horn Calderon here on
We have used the Are You Not Entertained from Gladiator. I think this one has to be, thank you, sir. May I have another? Because Tulane had absolutely no response. They go down to the Alamo City, and not since the battle that the city is named after have we seen such absolute domination along the Riverwalk there. That was from start to finish. You had special teams getting the turnover early. You had a 28-point lead by the end of the first quarter. Your quarterback is playing at a Heisman caliber level. Your running back is now healthy after being injured in your most recent outing. You beat the only other undefeated team in your conference and basically solidified yourself in your conference championship. So as the playoff standings stand, I know that we don't have a number next to the name, and Frankie did a good job of making sure that the pollsters will hear us, and we'll see what happens with the next week. If you still continue to ignore this team, you are just ignoring greatness. You are actively trying to not see what's going on, because every single team that has shown up on this Roadrunners schedule so far, every single person who is tuning into this Rise of the Roadrunners series understands this is not your normal group of 4. Maybe we'll see what happens if they make the playoff. Are they going to be better than Cincinnati? That is basically the benchmark right now. But this UTSA Roadrunners team behind Owen McCown and Robert Henry Jr., I just conflated the two. That backfield is as good as anybody in the country. That defense with double-digit sacks, that is as good as any pass rush in the country. So I don't know what more you can ask for this team. If they don't get ranked in the upcoming week, there is something going on within this world of college football 26. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. I know Frankie appreciates it. Make sure that you continue to read the blogs on feotbpod.org. Check out our podcast with myself and Nico Bryant every Thursday, especially during the football season. Nico 8-0 in our NFL pick'em so far, and I am 7-1, so we'll see how that thing plays out. But we're talking real college football. We're talking fake college football. We're having football overload and sports overload. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and follow us at FEOTBpod. For everybody here associated with the Rise of the Roadrunner series, the Far Under the Bench YouTube channel, and 94.3 The Bird. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next time.
If you don't stay down and you never quit, come on over here and sit on the far end of the bench.